and welcome to today's 5 at 5. I hope you're doing well this day. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I want to continue talking about Hannah. On the 5 at 5, not the previous one, but the one before that, we talked a little bit about Hannah. Today I want to pick up. If you remember, Hannah was she was just distraught because she was barren and had been just year after year waiting on the Lord to answer her prayers. And you remember we talked about how she appeared to be drunk. At least that's what the priest Eli thought. And he was trying to rebuke her. And she said, wait a second. No. I'm not drunk. I am so distraught. I'm heavy laden and I'm burdened down. And she made him aware that she was crying out to the Lord. And so he told her to go in peace, if you remember, and she did. She received that peace, and we talked about that. Well, today I want to pick up with 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 20. And it says, wherefore it came to pass when the time was come about after Hannah had conceived that she bare a son and called his name Samuel, saying, because I have asked him of the Lord. And the man Elkanah and all his house went up to offer, offer unto the Lord the yearly sacrifice and his vow. But Hannah went not up, for she said unto her husband, I will not go up until the child be weaned, and then I will bring him, that he may appear before the Lord, and abide forever. And if you remember, her husband agreed with her, and so she stayed behind, and she until she had weaned Samuel. And then in verse 24 it says, and when she had weaned him, she took him up with her, with 3 bullocks and 1 ephah of flour and a bottle of wine, and brought him unto the house of the Lord in Shiloh. And the child was young. And they slew a bullock and brought the child to Eli. And she said, O my Lord, as thy soul liveth, my Lord, I am the woman that stood by thee here, praying unto the Lord. Verse 27, for this child I prayed, and the Lord hath given me my petition, which I asked of him. Therefore also I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he liveth, he shall be lent to the Lord. And he worshiped the Lord there. This is such a powerful story, a powerful account for us to take notice of. Hannah made a vow, and it stands out to me that God heard her and he answered her prayers and allowed her to become pregnant, to conceive, and to birth a child. She had promised him that if you would allow this to be, if you remember the last time we talked about this, she said, I promise I will give him back to you. You remember in verse 11, she said, and she vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thy handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but will give unto thine handmaid a man child, then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life. You remember that? I mean, here we see that God answered, and she kept the vow that she made. What stands out to me? Well, first of all, she gave God the first fruit. She gave the first. This was her first child. And she promised and she made that vow. She kept that vow and gave her first. You know, what's remarkable in this is that literally she didn't know if there would be a second or a third. She gave all she had. And isn't that a word for us? First of all, when you make a vow to God, do you keep it? Do I keep it? Do we keep the vows? How many vows have you made unto the Lord? Lord, if you do this, I'll do this all the days of my life. Lord, if you do this, I promise I'll do this. Have you kept your vow? What have you vowed to the Lord? And how willing are you to give your first fruits? Your first fruits, the best that you have to offer. Are you willing to give it to the Lord? And then are you willing to give all you have? This son, it was all she had. She didn't have any other children. She gave all she had without knowing that God would bless her with more. But she recognized that her obedience and that the vow that she made, it meant something. It meant something. I tell you, there's so much here. There is so much here. That was her treasure. How often are we willing to give God what we treasure? And then I see how she trusted him. She felt like God, you blessed me. I'm going to dedicate this child. This child is yours. I give this child to you. I trust you. Not only do I trust you, I know that you're worthy. I know that you deserve my first. You deserve my best. You deserve my only. You deserve my all. Wow. I pray that you will take this and just think on what Hannah did. And ask the Lord, what are you speaking to me? What is it that you are saying to me in this? Well, I pray that you will take this to heart, that not just you, that we will look at this and we will say, Lord, I want to give you my first, those first fruits, the first of the day, the first of my money, the first of my time, whatever it is. I want to give you my first. I want to give you my best. I want to give you my only. Wow, my only. Or are you holding on tight to the only thing you think you have? Do you want to give him your all? Take this word to heart. And may we be like Hannah, willing to give God our all and to keep the vows we've made to him. Well, I thank you for listening, and I pray you'll share this with someone else. And remember, we're not just blessed to be blessed. We are blessed to be a blessing, because when we bless others, we bring honor and glory to God. I look forward to seeing you on the next 5 at 5. Be blessed.